a really long time. And then maybe some pizza, and maybe some pizza. Hello, Miss Tess.
Huh?
Oh, you said hello back. You did. You said hello back. Oh my goodness, you're so full of things to say. That's wonderful. I'm very pleased. You're not exactly the most talkative kitty cat. You're not the least talkative kitty cat, but certainly not the most. You know, Serena is a talker. Solano and kind of Polly are talkers. The BBs are talkers, but Tess doesn't necessarily come to mind when you think of cats that are chatters. But there she is. She's chatting away. Well, cool. Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper fantastic Christmas Eve, I think it is, at the time that I'm going to be posting this episode of Walk Around the Compound webcast. Think about this stinking word, webcast. Webcast. Oh yeah, just got done butchering, feeding, stuff like that. I'd be wearing like a Santa hat or something like that, but time is so strapped right now. I had to basically just pop the old cameras on. So all you got to do is just kind of look and like see, like there's red, and then there's green. Okay, Christmas colors. Ta-da! Christmas colors. We're simply having a very bloody time, a disturbing webcast you will find. Layla, pretty girl, sleepy kitty, Miss Lay. All right. Well, since the last webcast was literally almost an hour, I'm going to honestly try not to have this one be so long. That was crazy. And it was getting rambly, and it was just, man, all sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. Hi, baby. So we're just going to try to keep this one relatively simple. I don't think I have terribly too many agendas to touch upon. I know that, gosh, I was talking about a lot of different things, you know, about tribalism and trying to speak metaphors and third world economies that could be helped to be bolstered by energy and all of that type of stuff. So I'm going to try to not do that so much. Not saying that stuff isn't important. And I think also I need to elaborate a little bit further on some of the stuff that I was kind of getting at. I'm not going to sit there and say like, oh, I'm just going to flip switch. I'm just going to be global advocate Derek instead of, no, this is still going to be, it's just, I'm looking at different directions to kind of orient myself further on down the road. So there's probably going to be a lot of familiar things that are going to be, you know, kept within the sphere of the content. Maybe some things that are going to possibly kind of go away. Not the webcast, of course. And then there's just going to be things that are going to get kind of added on. And I'm probably going to be doing more, and especially since I'm spending a lot of time away from the compound, I have to kind of think, well, what can I do that potentially doesn't involve the cats even? And still have it, like, within, like, the sphere. I don't want to go and try to make new channels. I mean, I wouldn't be completely opposed to having to make new channels that are called different things, but I think that it can all fit within the sphere. And doing different things, kind of like setting up like single camera shots where I'm doing more opinionated or opinion-based kind of things, stuff that is actually kind of stitched together, a little bit more tailored, actually do a little bit of writing, you know, stuff that I can do in my apartment. Talk about certain issues, talk about current events, talk about stuff like that, but have generally like a conservation / technology kind of slant to kind of keep it well within the sphere. I wouldn't start doing stuff like that and then, you know, be like, hey, did you guys hear about what Posh Spice was all doing? I mean, unless, of course, like Posh Spice, you know, like did stuff with animals, then it'd be like, hey, that's cool. But then who knows? I don't know. I try not to pigeonhole or marry myself to any one format or concept or anything like that, but I do have the overarching ideas that I want to. Let me get this back. Kind of get this back, because everything was going out of frame. His cuteness was exiting the frame. That was my fault. I apologize, folks. I'm so, and it's back down. Put your leg back up. Put your leg back up, Flash. Do it. Do it. And leg back up. All right. Ah! Yay! My powers of persuasion. I'm like that Heart kid on Captain Planet. Heart! I think everyone, I think everyone wanted to be Wheeler because he had fire and he was cool. He was like the rad-talking American. He was the cool Planeteer, I think. I wanted to be Bianca. I'm doing Captain Planet material. A cartoon that was on only for like 2 seasons or something like that, back in like 1992 or 91 or something like that. Very niche reference. And I'm sure that I'll get like a bunch of comments like, I know Captain Planet and I'm like 13. Good for you. I'm sure I probably shouldn't even say that, because that's like, why should I be surprised that it would have a wide reach? Because like I do see Captain Planet stuff like on, like referenced on the internet a lot. So like I'm not gonna sit there and say like, oh, I don't know if there's a little cartoon I used to watch as a kid. You may have heard of it. I don't know. It's called Captain Planet. We probably didn't hear about it because you're a nerd and everything. Yeah, no. So. Yes, Captain Planet and the Planeteers. He's a hero, gonna take pollution down to zero. He's a power magnified and he's fighting on the planet's side. I hope that you folks are gonna have whatever you're doing for the holiday season. I hope that you're having a good time with it. And even if you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever holidays you do happen to celebrate around this time, which there's a few, I hope that you're having a good time. I'm hoping that you're with people that you care about, you have good health, all of those types of things. These are my hopes and prayers for you, my dreams, my aspirations. Boom. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. He's looking at Jamie. She's distracting them. She's distracting them. It's Cara Jamie, everyone. Oh my gosh. Hey. Oh, I know, you're Slade. You're Slade. He's got the double U's. He's got the double U's. They should be called double V's, by the way. Because, how many do you do like this? Or do you do this? I mean, I know that a lot of people probably do this, but a lot of people do this. I would venture to say more people do this than this. Who writes cursive anymore? Seriously, no one does. That's back then when language had to be loopy. Am I right, Jamie, or am I just right? I'm so right. So right. We're having a couple of guests in the last episodes of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Had Mr. Derek Blakely in the last one, had Miss Jamie Reed in this one. Oh my gosh. Sharing the webcast with people. On top of sharing it with all the cats. Hey, Serena. She's been having some issues with one of her back legs. maybe like an arthritis kind of thing or something like that. It was just stiff. So, I mean, she was still getting around, but it just was stiff, and just give her some prednisone. Hopefully get her feel better. Look at that face. Look at that face. She's a gem. She is a gem and a dream and a cutie pants pie. And a cutie pants pie. And she ate a bunch yesterday. Oh my gosh, she ate so much. Actually, not yesterday, day before. Serena. Ooh. Ooh. Hi, Snufflebug. Hi, Snufflebug. You know you want to start rolling. You know you want to hitch up and get on your back. Be all cute and stuff. You know it. You do. You do. Don't make it seem like you don't want that. She's thinking about it. She's like, oh, I gotta fight the temptation. I got the fever. The Dorbs fever. Serena. Alright. You win this time. You win this round. Watch, if she starts, I'm serious, if she starts doing it when I'm walking away, that'll be funny. That'll be funny. Oh, yeah. So just all sorts of work. And, but, we got the people that are, coming in and helping to fill the gaps. Helping to fill the gaps. So on top of running all of our official Care Rescue Texas social media platforms, enterprises, whatnot, and what have you, Instagram accounts and the Facebook and all that fun stuff, Jamie is out there watering buckets. Yeah. So great that you guys can get out there. I would so much rather her, focus on being able to do those bigger things. That's an advanced skill set, is running all of the social media for care. It would be nice if we had that workforce. But again, this is like this time of year. It's like around the Christmas time, like we lose our staff. Hi, folks. Oh, I will get up to go see Kate, and then she gets up and she moves. Oh my gosh. There's some people they're driving around seeing. We get that a lot. People that they kind of live relatively close by, and that they just want to take their families around and see everyone. And yes, I know some people were asking about Rascal's tail, and then they're like, "What's going on?" Like, honestly, there was like a weird kind of thing where his tail got like really swollen, and then the skin started to break, and we gave him a bunch of antibiotics, and the swelling went down, and now he's just healing. But it was a really odd kind of thing. We wonder if he got bit by something. But that's what it is. He's doing fine though. He's doing fine. I mean, look at him. Yeah, it's fine. I know it looks a lot worse than it is. Looks a whole lot worse. Hi, bud. Hi, bud. But you also have to realize that these animals are phenomenal when it comes to just dealing with stuff like that. They don't have like the same their tolerance for ouchies and boo-boos way more than ours are. They can just have all sorts of stuff that would like have us like reeling and just like rolling around and holding ourselves and crying and boo-hooing to the heavens, and then they're just like, hey, all right, so when's lunch? So how you doing? Yeah, I'm a tiger. That's their attitude. I mean, it's pretty fantastic. Pretty fantastic. Hi, Boom. Hey, Boom. Boom, Boom. Oh, we got a tour going on. Sally's doing a tour. Should introduce you guys to Sally. She's an interesting one. She's a character. She's a card. Sally. Wild girl Sally. Mustang Sally. She's an older gal. She's got herself one of those classic cars that she rolls around to different car shows and stuff like that, and she talks about care out of her classic car. And she also has a thing for World War II era aircraft, and she like goes and she saves her money from, you know, her job to go and fly, to take on, like, you know, flights in these rickety old, about to like burst into flames like airplanes. And then she comes here on Sundays and does tours. Yeah, she's nuts. But she's great. She's great. She's good people. She's one of our more colorful volunteers. Hi, Yano. You are one of our more colorful tigers. Hi, bud. Well, maybe you're one of our least, technically, like, you're one of our least colorful tigers because you're just, yeah, I know, you're white and black. You're white and black. Sorry. You don't have a lot of orange like the other ones do. I'll put my hand up there. I'll sniff that. Ooh, ketchup. Is that a good idea, Derek? Should you be doing that? Yeah, it's fine. They know how to tell the difference. They'll bite you because they just want to bite you, not because you happen to have blood on your hands. Pete's, Pete's, Pete's. Pete's, Pete's, Pete's. I don't want to bug Sally's tour. And like Sally, she just got a smartphone, like a couple months ago. And like, I got a smartphone. And I sat her down and I showed her how to use it and how to get apps and stuff like that and take pictures. And like now she goes to like these auto shows or air shows and stuff like that. And then she'll like send me like a picture of her like in a bunch of like Army Rangers. And she's just like, hi, Sally. I'm doing well. How are you? And she'll send me a picture of like her like with like a bunch of like Army Rangers, you know, like on her arms, and she's just like, oh, look at me, oh, being protected. Just got a sucker for, you know, those uniformed fellas. She's funny. Sass, and press him. Squeaks, we need squeaks. Quick. Sass? I guess that counts. I guess that counts as a squeak. It's a very weak one, but it does meet the squeak criteria. That's fine. That's fine. Milo. Mio. No. That bud. Look at his pretty eyes. Gosh, he's got pretty eyes. I think that we'll just have to end this on the BBs because I have got a bunch of stuff I got to do and then I've got to hit the road. I got to get going. So, have an enjoyable day. All with your families, presents, fun times, good tidings, peace on earth. Ugh. And I know a lot of people are like, oh no, it's the worst it's ever. No, actually, we're living in one of the safest times that we've ever been in. Even though, you know, there's bad things that sometimes happen on the news, it's because our level of connectivity is so much higher. Our level of connection with the rest of the world is greater than it ever has been before. Statistically speaking, it is one of the least violent times in all of human history, which is pretty fantastic. So that's a good thing. We're on the right path. We're on the right path. Nuh-uh. Yeah-huh. Look at the, yeah, early part of the 20th century was a lot worse than it is, you know, 100 years ago now, way more killing happening. A lot bigger rates. So, yeah, peace on earth. Goodwill to people. Try to keep that gender neutral. All right. that's enough for today. I'm just starting to ramble and babble. Bye-bye, folks. Take care.